engines lose 40% of their protection after just 3,000 miles. Friction, heat, and wear chew them apart. But one drop of this will make your engine run like new again. Data shows additives cut wear by 60%, extend life past 200,000 miles, and restore lost horsepower. Stick with me. I'll share a bonus tip only old mechanics still know. Let's start with seal conditioners. Number 17, ATP AT205 Reseal. Engines, transmissions, and steering racks often start leaking, not because parts are broken, but because the rubber seals inside have dried, shrunk, or hardened with age. ATP AT205 Reseal is a seal conditioner, not a thick stop-leak sludge. Instead of clogging passages, it works by softening and re-expanding those rubber seals back toward their original size. Once pliable again, they can hold in oil, transmission fluid, or power steering fluid as intended. Using it is simple. Warm the engine, park level, and shake the bottle well. Add 1 8-ounce bottle for every 5 to 6 quarts of oil capacity. In transmissions or power steering systems, use about 1.5 to 2 ounces per quart of fluid. Then drive normally. Most people see results within 300 to 500 miles. It won't fix a torn seal or cracked housing, and it should never be added to brake fluid. I once used it on a '94 Camry with a bad rear main leak. Months later, the driveway stayed bone dry. Seals are one battle. Next, we tackle worn oil itself. Number 16, Blue Devil oil stop leak. 4 out of 5 engine leaks trace back to bad valve seals or oil pan gaskets. This sealer is built for exactly that. It's a clear liquid that restores gaskets and rubber seals without thickening the oil. I pour it in with the engine warm, key off. 1 8-ounce bottle is enough for most cars, and it mixes right into the crankcase. Restart the motor, let it idle a few minutes, then drive like normal. Don't expect instant miracles. Most drivers see drips fade over 200 to 300 miles. It's only for oil systems. Don't dump it in a radiator or gearbox. Always check the label against your car's oil type. When a seal softens, the leak slows. But when pressure and combustion gases punch past the head gasket itself, you need a heavier weapon. Number 15, Bars leaks head gasket fix. Tests show a warped head can let coolant pour into cylinders at over a pint per minute. This product uses liquid copper and sealing particles to plug cracks and gaps in the head gasket. You pour it right into the radiator or overflow tank when the engine is cold. Shake the bottle well, top the system with coolant, then start the motor and let it idle. Once it reaches operating temperature, drive it for 15 minutes and shut it down to cool. The sealant flows with the coolant and bonds under heat. It's a last resort fix. I don't use it on healthy engines. If you see white smoke pouring from the tailpipe after adding it, stop right there. That means the damage is too far gone. Seal conditioners can buy you time. They slow drips, patch cracks, and save money when a rebuild isn't in the cards. But stopping leaks is only half the story. To make an engine run like new, you've got to protect the parts from grinding each other to dust. And that's where the next group of treatments comes in. Oil additives and treatments. Number 14, Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Engines run best when oil keeps a strong film between moving parts. But heat and heavy loads can make oil too thin, letting metal scrape against metal. The Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer strengthens that film, so everything stays protected. It's a clear, sticky additive you mix with motor oil. I add it during an oil change with the engine off. For most cars, 1 quart replaces 1 quart of oil. In big rigs or high-mile engines, some mechanics run up to 50% stabilizer, but I stick with the label. Once it's in, start the motor, let it idle, and take it on the road. It's safe for gasoline and diesel engines. I don't use it in cars with very tight oil passages. Check the manual if you're not sure. Results often show fast, quieter lifters, steadier oil pressure, and less burning. This additive can mask wear for a while, but it won't rebuild damaged parts. Oil film buys you time. Reducing friction buys you even more. Number 13. Liquimoly MOS2 Anti-Friction. Lab tests show molybdenum disulfide can cut friction by up to 50% under pressure. That's what the anti-friction brings into your oil. It's a dark gray concentrate loaded with microscopic moly particles. Add it to fresh oil with the engine off. One 300 milliliter can treat about 5 quarts. Pour it in, tighten the cap, then start the engine and let it idle. The moly plates bond to metal surfaces inside. That thin layer keeps parts from sliding instead of grinding. It's especially useful in engines that see heavy loads, high RPMs, or long highway runs. Many drivers report a quieter top end within 100 miles, while the real payoff is reduced wear over time. This treatment protects when the oil gets thin and hot, but cleaning sticky lifters and rings calls for a lighter touch, and that's where the next additive shines. If you're finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button and subscribe. That way, you won't miss the next video where I cover the fluids most mechanics say you must change on time. Number 12. Marvel Mystery Oil. Engines with sticky lifters or carbon buildup often feel sluggish and noisy. Marvel Mystery Oil tackles both problems. It's a light detergent additive that works through the oil system, cleaning out deposits while adding a touch of lubrication. The best way to use it is to add it directly to motor oil or pour some into the gas tank for small engines. In oil, 1 pint treats up to 5 quarts. In fuel, follow the label. Start the engine and let it run at normal temperature. The formula lifts sludge and varnish off lifters, rings, and valve stems, helping oil flow better and reducing friction. This additive has been around since the 1920s, and many mechanics still keep a can on the shelf for freeing sticky valves or quieting noisy lifters. Some even use it to help protect small carbureted engines, like lawnmowers or generators, from gumming up. It's not a cure-all, but it can keep older engines alive longer and running smoother when used regularly. Oil additives handle lubrication and cleaning inside the block, but when injectors and combustion chambers start to clog, that's when fuel system cleaners take over. Number 11. Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. This is the best when it comes to fuel system cleaners. My number 1 recommendation: a single drop can feel almost magical, clearing carbon and varnish from injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers. I pour 1 bottle into a near full tank of gasoline, drive normally, and the formula circulates, lifting deposits that choke fuel flow and sap power. It works quietly, without harsh smells or engine disruption. Most drivers notice improved throttle response and smoother idling after a tank or two. It's engineered for gasoline engines with electronic injection. Don't use it in diesel or older carbureted engines unless the label says it's safe. The difference is obvious. Injectors that used to spit unevenly now spray cleanly, and fuel economy can jump a few percent. Fuel system cleaners keep combustion chambers clean, but when carbon is baked and thick, you need something stronger, and that's where the next additive comes in. And if you're curious about which products to avoid, check out our other video. Never use these 8 fuel injector cleaners. Click the link above. Number 10. BG44K Fuel System Cleaner. When it comes to tough carbon, BG44K is a professional-grade powerhouse. Packed with concentrated detergents and strong solvents, it attacks stubborn deposits in injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers. Add it to a nearly full tank of fuel following the label. Once inside, it runs through the entire fuel system, scrubbing away varnish and sticky gunk that steal power. throttle response gets sharper. Unlike mild cleaners, BG44K goes deeper. It can bring life back to engines with years of neglect or heavy carbon buildup. It's built for gasoline engines with electronic injection. Avoid using it in diesels or small engines not rated for high-strength cleaners. Drivers often notice smoother acceleration and steadier idling after one full tank, and repeated treatments keep injectors clean long-term. Fuel systems can run clean, but what if you want one product that tackles both fuel and oil at the same time? We have the ultimate dual-action additive. Number 9. Seafoam Motor Treatment. Seafoam is one of the few additives that works in both fuel and oil, a true multitasker. It dissolves carbon, varnish, and sludge while stabilizing fuel, cleaning injectors, and helping sticky lifters and rings move freely. Seafoam works two ways, in the gas tank or in the crankcase. In fuel, one bottle treats a full tank, circulating through injectors and intake parts as you drive. In oil, it loosens sludge and keeps flow steady in tight passages. The result is clear: smoother running, cleaner idling, and a motor that pulls stronger under load. It's safe in gasoline and light diesel engines, but always check the label before adding to high-pressure injectors or modern turbo diesels. Most drivers see quieting and improved throttle feel within a few hundred miles. Fuel and oil can stay clean, but transmissions? They still slip, chatter, or leak. To protect shifting and seals, the next set of transmission additives takes over. Number 8. Lucas Transmission Fix. Few things are worse than an automatic that slips when you need power. You press the gas, but the revs jump while the car hesitates. Frustrating and risky. Lucas Transmission Fix is a heavy, high viscosity formula built to swell worn seals, reduce leaks, and smooth rough shifts. Inside the gearbox, it cushions metal contact, cutting slip and restoring stronger gear engagement. The treatment goes straight into the transmission while the engine runs at normal temperature. One bottle is enough for systems holding up to 12 quarts. Let it circulate for 10 to 15 minutes under light driving, then hit the road as usual. As it works through the fluid, it bonds with seals, slows leaks, and brings back smoother, more confident shifts. It works in most standard automatics, but not in CVTs or dual-clutch gearboxes. Overuse can temporarily thicken fluid too much. Most drivers notice reduced chatter and firmer engagement within a few hundred miles. Slipping and rough shifts can grind a transmission to pieces, but what keeps fluid cool and stops heat from frying your gears? That's where the next treatment steps in. Number 7. Lubigard Automatic Transmission Fluid Protectant. Heat destroys more automatic transmissions than anything else. When fluid breaks down, gears slip, seals turn hard, and clutches burn. This protectant uses advanced polymers to keep fluid strong under high heat. It cuts wear, protects parts, and helps your transmission last longer. Pour it into a warm transmission through the dipstick or fill port, just as the directions say. One bottle treats up to 12 quarts and blends right in with standard ATF. Start the engine, let it cycle through the gears, then take a light drive. As it circulates, the protectant coats clutch plates and seals, guarding against slip and cutting down heat buildup. It works in most automatic transmissions, except CVT, DCT, and Ford Type F, 1986 and earlier applications. Overuse can slightly thicken fluid, so stick to the recommended dose. Drivers often notice smoother shifts and lower operating temperature within a few hundred miles. Automatic transmissions can last longer with proper protection, but the engine's coolant still governs temperature. To fight overheating, prevent corrosion, and patch minor leaks, the next category, cooling system treatments, steps in. Number 6, Bars Leaks High Mileage Cooling System Repair. Engines over 100,000 miles often develop tiny leaks in hoses, gaskets, and radiator seams. This product from Bar's Leaks is a polymer formula that seals small leaks and prevents new ones from forming. Shake the bottle well, then pour it into a cold radiator or overflow tank. Top off the coolant to the right level, start the engine, and let it warm up. As you drive those first few miles, the formula circulates and seals tiny cracks. It won't repair a blown radiator, but it can slow leaks and help an older engine hold onto its coolant longer. It works with all standard antifreeze types, but check your owner's manual if you have hybrid or aluminum-intensive cooling systems. Results often show in the first tank of driving. Minor leaks can stop, but heat spikes still threaten efficiency. The next treatment lowers temps and boosts coolant performance. Number 5. Royal Purple Ice. Engines can run 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than the gauge shows under heavy load. It reduces heat and improves coolant efficiency. Pour it into a cold radiator or overflow tank after giving the bottle a good shake. Top off with coolant, start the engine, and let it idle. As the mix circulates, it spreads through the system, pulling heat away from hot spots. Once you're on the road, it helps the engine stay cooler, even under heavy load or summer heat. It works with most antifreeze types. Do not use in hybrid inverter cooling loops. Drivers often notice steadier temps on the gauge and fewer heat spikes within a few miles. Coolant can flow better, but stubborn hot spots may linger. To smooth heat transfer even more and prevent local overheating, the next treatment takes it to the next level. Number 4. Red Line Water Wetter. Even small hot spots in a cooling system can warp heads or crack blocks over time. It reduces those hot spots and improves heat transfer, letting coolant do its job more efficiently. Shake the bottle first, then pour it into a cold radiator or overflow tank. Fill to the right coolant level, start the engine, and let it idle before driving. As it circulates, the formula helps coolant flow smoother, pulling heat evenly across the system. That means fewer hot spots and more stable temps on long drives. It's safe with all standard antifreeze types. Just avoid hybrid inverter loops or unusual aluminum systems unless the label says it's fine. Many drivers see the gauge run steadier within a few miles, with fewer sudden spikes. By keeping temps under control, it also helps reduce strain on hoses, gaskets, and the water pump. That wraps up cooling system treatments. And for the diesel drivers out there, don't worry, you're not left out. Diesel engines face tougher heat, soot, and injector stress. That's why the next category is built just for you. Diesel engine treatments. Number 3. Stanodyne Performance Formula. Dirty injectors can rob a diesel of power and fuel economy fast. It is built for that. It not only cleans injectors and valves, but also boosts cetane for quicker ignition and stronger pulls under load. One bottle treats up to 50 gallons in a nearly full tank. As it runs through the system, it scrubs the combustion chamber, fights water and fuel, and keeps deposits from building back up. That means easier cold starts, steadier idle, and less smoke out the tailpipe. It's approved by major diesel makers like Ford, GM, and John Deere, so it's trusted in both pickups and heavy equipment. Many drivers notice smoother throttle response after the first tank, with longer-term gains in fuel efficiency. But while this cleaner restores flow, it won't free up sticky injectors or turbos. For that kind of problem, you need a deeper fix, and that's where the next come in. Number 2. Hotshot Secret Stiction Eliminator. Diesel injectors can stick from waxy deposits, causing rough idling and weak fuel spray. This formula breaks down those deposits and restores smooth injector movement. Pour it into a nearly full diesel tank. One bottle treats up to 30 gallons. Start the engine and drive as usual. It moves through injectors, valves, and pumps. It helps clear sticky spots, improve spray, and reduce smoke. It also works on turbo vanes and high-pressure pump parts. You can use it in most diesel engines, from common rail to older mechanical pumps. Follow the label if your system is high pressure. After a tank or two, rough idling often fades, and fuel feels stronger. This additive doesn't replace maintenance. Filters, clean fuel, and serviced injectors are still key. But for sticky injectors, this treatment gives results without pulling the engine apart. Number 1. Arcoil AR9100. Diesel injectors and high-pressure pumps face constant friction that wears out parts quickly. Over time, sticky deposits can form, causing rough, idle, poor spray, and added stress on fuel system components. A quality friction-reducing additive can help. When added to a nearly full diesel tank, it treats 30 to 50 gallons of fuel. As you drive, the formula circulates through injectors, pumps, and valves, coating the metal surfaces. This prevents sticking, lowers wear, and improves fuel atomization, often reducing smoke and boosting efficiency. Arcoil AR9100 is one of the most trusted choices for this job. It works in nearly all diesel engines, including modern common rail setups. Just avoid overfilling. The exact dose is on the label. Many drivers report smoother idle, stronger fuel delivery, and quieter operation after a single tank. It's not a fix for worn-out injectors, but it does slow wear and helps new or rebuilt parts last longer. For diesel owners fighting sticky pumps or injectors, this treatment makes a noticeable difference. So what should you learn? Additives can help, but timing and care matter most. Next, learn exactly when to change every fluid in your car. Click the link below. Don't miss it.